So you want to be able to watch YouTube and Netflix in your truck using your stock radio? Well, it is possible, and I'm going to show you with this little black box here. But first, my name's Heath, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today we're going to be jumping into my 2021 Chevy Silverado, and I'm going to show you how it's possible. Now this is going to be a little bit different than a normal review that you see. These people sent me this thing and thought that I'd get them a bunch of sales. Well, it's going to be a little bit different what they were expecting. This thing kind of sketches me out, and I'm going to explain to you why. So before we make it any farther actually in this video, you need to understand that watching YouTube or anything on your stock head unit within view of being the driver is illegal in most states and highly dangerous. I don't recommend it, and you're going to be doing it at your own risk. Just know that. So the box we're going to be talking about today is actually from One Car Stereo. Now this is a company I believe is based out of Hong Kong, somewhere over there. They hit me up a while ago wanting to send me this product so I do reviews for them, sign me up for an affiliate program. Like I said, wanted me to create a bunch of sales for them. Well, I don't really want to push this on my YouTube channel because I'm a little scared of it, and if I don't like it, I don't want to push it on you guys like most people would do. So here's an honest review of how this thing actually is, and we'll see how pissed off they get at me. And now to get started, we're actually going to jump in the truck. I'm going to run you through what this is supposed to do and tell you why it sketches me out so bad and why you should be concerned about buying it. All right, so when you open up your package, what you're actually going to get is this right here. It's this little bitty AI Box Lite. This is what actually controls all the systems and it gives you YouTube and Netflix on your radio. This is pretty simple to use. All you do is instead of using a wired connection, you just plug in your USB right here. So this actually fits pretty perfect when you set it right down here. Just a little wire, that's all you gotta worry about. Every time you use this, you have to come into your phone and turn on Bluetooth tethering. Now what this does is it allows your phone to give its connection service to the AI box. So now the AI box has phone service through your phone. So now that you're actually connected to your phone and have service, you go to your home screen and it's gonna pull up under the Apple CarPlay icon. So you're gonna hit CarPlay. Even if you're using Android Auto, it doesn't matter, it's going to be under the CarPlay. That's how it works. You can see it makes Android Auto then wireless, which I've noticed the screen is not quite as clear through the wireless as it is the actual USB connection or hardwired, hard cabled. This buy style truck or this year didn't come with wireless Android Autos. So that's one of the things this box does give you is Android Auto wireless. But I will say with the maps, when you're using Google Maps, there is a delay between the screen and what you're actually doing or what it's actually telling you. It slows it down. It's not as smooth as when it's connected by cable. And now I'm going to be posting this video shortly before Christmas, so a lot of you are going to be scrambling for those last minute gift ideas. So I'm going to take a second to do a quick little plug, 15 seconds, don't skip. Blender's Eyewear. If you're looking for something to get for your wife, my wife loves hers, I love mine. If you're actually a lady watching this video, which I think 99.9% of my audience is male, go check them out. I actually have a code in the description that gets you 10 or 15% off, I can't remember. They even make floating sunglasses, which I got my dad and he loves because he's always out on the boat. So go check them out, come back, and you know, that is affiliate. It will help the channel a little bit, and that will help us grow in the future. Thank you. Now back to the action. This box actually operates as an Android device. It is actually a phone itself. So what kind of sketches me out about it is when you go to your apps in the background here, you go home using this button, it gives you your apps. So then you see you have Netflix here. You also click on apps, you have YouTube here. When you open up YouTube, Netflix and YouTube you sign into. I don't like putting my information into something which in turn has a connection out to the outside world. Both of these have payment information in them. I don't know if I want that being sent to China, and there's no way for me to know and feel protected that it's not being sent. So now you can tell we've been using this box to listen to a little bit of country music, and we also have Miss Rachel. So what I do, the time I have used this is I put the baby in the back seat. We use this to play Miss Rachel. If you have a child under 5, you know who Miss Rachel is, and she probably haunts your dreams. So we'll play it for him, which actually does come up pretty clear, but I'm gonna go to my channel here. So I'll search my name. It operates just like normal YouTube, but you'll see sometimes it's a little slow with the connection here. So now it's finally popped up. Let's pull up a video so that way I don't get hit with copyright because it's mine. So this is the last Foreigner video we did, Shameless Pug. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. You'll get ads the same way as using normal YouTube. Every touchscreen, everything functions. So now we'll skip. So you have your audio through the truck. It's actually freezing up a little bit. Let me make sure my phone, yep, I'm connected to 5G. I just verified that, and you can see this connection is actually buffering. That is the issue I've noticed with this. It's not even clear yet. It takes a minute for HD to pop in, but these screens actually are, let me turn this down. The screens actually are pretty clear. Once you do start using them and you give it a second to load up, it will play HD, or you can go here into your settings, turn on higher quality. There you go. So it's bringing in a little bit better quality now. It's still not 100% like it's on your phone. This video is a lot clearer than this in person, so don't judge me on that. All right, we'll stop this real quick. If you want to see it, you can go back to it. So this button here is what actually takes you back into the app itself. You see every time you have to hit this and it disappears when you're not touching the screen. So let's go home. So now to the Netflix feature. I've not actually used Netflix on here yet because like I said, I don't want to sign into my Netflix on here and who knows where the password and all my payment information is going to. These two here, video and music, is if you actually plugged into a USB drive into this, it would actually let you have like stored music or videos. You could use it without using mobile data because let's be honest, if you don't have unlimited data, you're not going to be using this. So, or maybe if your truck has Wi-Fi. I had Wi-Fi on my truck for a couple months and barely used it. I don't know if you can connect it straight to that, I'm not sure. But you can actually go into the settings on this thing and you'll see that it actually is like an Android. So here you can see it operates just like a phone. So I can come in here to apps and notifications. You can see it's used up right much storage, but there's some stuff on here I don't know what it is. These names are not something that's, this is probably part of what actually lets it run, but you can get to Google Play on here. You can download more apps, I think. It's like there's a calculator on here. There's stuff that doesn't need to be on here. Like I said, it operates just like a phone, and I definitely don't want to go into Google Play or link anything from my house into here because, like I said, it's sketchy. And now, very simply, if you want to get rid of it, you don't want this on your screen, you can go back into Android Auto, which, look, now it's got to connect again, so it's buffering. It just shows it's not a seamless thing where it works like it ought to sometimes. It buffers, the Bluetooth messes up, and I have a brand new phone. I know it's not my phone. I've actually tried it with two different model phones, a Google Pixel and a Samsung. So both of those phones were less than 6 months old, and it still doesn't operate smoothly with either one of them. But if you want to go back to your, well, this is the perfect time to show you. If you want to go back to your normal radio, you can just hit home. Takes you back into your normal features, and you can unplug it when you're ready to get rid of it. That's the benefit of it. But this little box right here is $220. I can go ahead and tell you, I don't recommend this. If you want to spend your money on it, you can spend your money on it. And so now if you're going to be using this, I'm actually going to say there's something that's a lot simpler. You can just take your phone, which you're going to be using the data from anyways, and just get you a holder that sits up here. I think they even make iPad holders that would hold an iPad up here. And if you really wanted to, just spend the money and get a whole new head unit if you're that big into watching videos on here. I only do it, like I said, every now and then when we're traveling and we have the baby. It keeps me occupied and drives me insane listening to Mitch Rachel. So they actually make phone holders that will snap right onto your vent here. I use it in the 4Runner all the time because there's nowhere good to put your phone in the 4Runner. So if you end up buying a phone holder for $10 or $15, there's no sketch involved. It's still your phone, which I guess there's still some apps that could be stealing your data and what you're actually doing on your phone and who you are and your payment information and everything else. But let's not go down that rabbit hole. So look at getting you a phone holder. Just use that. It's the simplest thing. And I don't know how long your radio would actually last pushing that much through it all the time and it constantly having to use so many pixels to keep it going. I got a feeling it would probably burn out eventually, and they ain't cheap to replace. So another thing I forgot to mention is that this actually, when you're using your phone and you're trying to call through it, like your Android Auto talking through your phone, it mixes up between whether it wants to be on the truck or this box, and it never operates. I have to unplug it to be able to talk on the phone. And it even does this if I have my Bluetooth cut off where it doesn't even recognize the truck. It always gets stuck between whether it wants to use the box or use Android Auto. And that's a big thing that drove me crazy on this and why I never leave it plugged in, because it just makes everything not work right. And that's a big thing of why I didn't use this all the time, is because I get phone calls and I'm on the phone in my truck constantly, and I like using my hands free, and you couldn't use it if you had this box plugged in. So now hopefully you stuck around and saw it. A few reasons why this thing's probably a little bit sketch for you. So now whether you want to spend your hard-earned money on it, that's your decision. But hopefully I helped you out here. So now make sure you hit subscribe, because you're not going to miss out all the new videos coming next year. There's a lot of stuff coming to this truck, and it's time we start doing some mods. We're going to leave the 4Runner alone for a little bit. Let's start messing with the Chevy. With all that said, this is Shane Heath. I'll catch you in the next video.